and take them out. Yeah, we're going to go over to them. But yeah, we're going to take these ones out, and then I guess we won't really worry too much about the others. Then again, we want to kill some time while we're waiting for the mining to get done. I did do most of the mining off camera, but I really wanted to get started with the actual construction live, which is pretty good. It just means that we probably won't be able to finish it in today's session. I've expected this. I've come to terms with it. I'm fine right now with the whole situation. Are you low on health? No, Usky, you're all good. Let's see, we're moving up right now. We had to deal with some goblins earlier, and I think Farkas took a lot of damage. Right, there we go. Got some skeleton infantry. Very close to Usk right there. And Stuart. Usk and his apprentice haven't really been together for a while now. There's something we need to get sorted out. They're not really... It's not really sort of master-apprentice anymore, though, really. I mean, we're not Jedi. We don't really work like that anyway. But, I mean, the tutor, probably a better word to use. I feel like... Who is it? I can't remember. Two-handed blade. Finette, I think, comes to mind. Is it Finette? Yeah, it's Finette. Okay. Yeah, level 15 infantry. I'd say she's pretty much grown her own presence. Her own veterancy. Veterancy? Is that the right word? Rank, I would say. Honor. There's a lot of words we can really use here. But there you go. She's got her own prestige. There we go. I'd say that's a good word to use. She ranked up. She got 100. She decided to go all the way back to level 1. There we go. That's like Call of Duty. I haven't played Call of Duty in a long time. I always say Call of Duty. I mean Call of Duty. But I feel like that's my way of ridiculing. I'm not saying, you know, Call of Duty is necessarily a bad game. It's just the same game every time. Which is why I'm ridiculing it. Is that really a good way to constitute ridicule? I feel like it is. You know, I'm not really... I mean, I used to play Call of Duty myself. I used to play quite a lot, in fact. I mean, the last Call of Duty I played a lot of was Modern Warfare 2. The reason I stopped playing that was... Well, no, I didn't stop playing it. I used to play it with my brothers. We used to sort of get together, because we were all spoiled children. We had our own computers. Because we didn't play the CODs games on the consoles. It's not something we really did. It was PC gamers... Predominantly, at least I still am. they don't do that very much anymore, which is a damn shame. But oh well, still good. But yeah, we used to just sort of play Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2 was the game that we predominantly played. I think the reason I didn't like that so much though was the peer-to-peer system on the multiplayer. I think I liked the ranked, not the ranked. I liked the lead. What the hell do you call it? I remember the peer-to-peer word, but I can't remember what you would call the other, like just servers. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean peer-to-peer is not really servers. You're just sort of a host kind of thing going on right there. So yeah, I prefer the servers myself, mostly because you can find like cool, fun mini games here and there, that kind of thing, mods that pop up every now and again. They were the cool things, especially with Call of Duty 2. Okay, I played a load of stuff with that. That was fantastic. Probably one of my favorites as well, Call of Duty 2. I played a lot of 4 as well, but I still think 2 is the best one. I mean, the franchise started as a World War II sort of game. So, I just feel like I only remember it as that. Of course, most kids now only sort of remember, or at least consider Call of Duty to be a sort of modern sort of style game. You know, it's set in a modern world. I mean, there's a lot of futuristic sort of near future, let's say, stuff happening in them right now. Not really my thing. Not for Call of Duty anyway. If I want to go space, I want to go sort of like 4X strategy. I want to go crazy with it. That's where I really want to go with it. I mean, Section 8 was great. That was a good sort of cool little space game. I feel like you got a lot of... It was like Halo, but for the PC. I think they did a few things better, in my opinion. Sort of like the mech fights and cool stuff like that. It didn't really take off too well, though. I think mostly because Halo's not amazingly popular, the PC market, and a lot of people were just like, I'm just going to go play Halo. So, even though you can't play it... I mean, you can play the first and second one on PC, but they weren't great. They were buggy messes, basically. Like, the ports for them were atrocious. But yeah. I like the idea. I mean, I don't know why the Halos. I don't know why Halo's not on the PC. It's like the perfect PC game, isn't it? Like, you can definitely have a much bigger esports scene if it was dedicated to the PC a little bit more. I wouldn't say dedicated to the PC. You don't need to... The fact that they even dedicate to one platform in the first place is a bit ridiculous, but that's business for you, I suppose. Why are you going the other way, Stuart? Let's move over here. There we go. But yeah, I think I would have played a lot more Halo if it was on the PC. Because it was on the Xbox, not really too interested. So I didn't play it. I mean, well, I played a bit of it. I mean, I used to go over to my mate's house very long time ago, play Halo 3. And we'd just sort of go through the Forge and look at funny moments and stuff like that. That was a very cool system. That was very, very cool. Of course, I didn't enjoy it anywhere near as much, sort of like just playing it. I mean, well, I couldn't play it by myself anyway, but I can't imagine I would enjoy it without doing sort of weird stuff. You know, I didn't really care for rank play or anything like that, or the idea of it with that kind of game. It always just felt like a silly game to me. And also the story wasn't really too compelling, for me anyway. I know that the game's regarded as having an amazing story and that kind of thing, but it never really, just never did it for me. So there we go. There we are. That is my opinion on whatever the hell I was talking about. My random tangents right there is pretty fantastic. I got in a little bit of a loop for some random reason. We're still mining up all the stuff right here. I've just managed to get some coal, some copper, tin, or some silver right there, which is fantastic. No mithril, unfortunately. A little bit of iron that just popped up right there. Fantastic. We're going to get the flooring done in a second. We have 2,000, nearly 3,000 wood. Or 2,700 wood, nearly 3,000 wood, because that makes a lot more sense. And stone's all right. We don't really need too much stone anyway, because we're going to use predominantly wood. In fact, if we go to our... Yeah, we got full timber. So that's 2 wood. And then we've got the timbered brick, which is 2 stone and 1 timber, so that's fine. Then we got the timbered plaster, which is 1 timber and 2 plaster. I think we're fine right now. We're going to use quite a lot of the plaster, and we are going to go out by 1 extra layer, as we usually do with the second floor. We aren't really going to make a 3rd floor, but we are going to make sort of like an attic area for where more rooms can go. So I look forward to actually making that. We have this entire area around here now mined out, which is pretty good to see. So we'll see if we can get something sorted out in a second. This is actually really good for us, because it's going to go down all the way across here, and then down again. So it actually suits the sort of leveling that we have right now, which is really good to see. So we're going to get that done. You know, just sort of use the miners to their full potential right now. So let's go down here. We are going to have probably some paved stone grey right here on the same level, and then we'll have the slope going down, and that'll take them to the walkway right here, which is why I'm sort of skipping by 2 extra... it's why I'm giving 2 spaces between the road and the mining location that we have right now. So let's go 3 blocks around the entire building. Wait, is there another skeleton infantry? Oh, it's a spider. Oh, interesting. So spiders made their way into our keep. Ah, they're going to start breaking doors. Get in there, Reese. You're the new guy. Go clean the rats out of the shit pit. I mean, S pit. I do apologize. If I swore, is that the first time I've sworn? Like, today's session? I feel like it is. There's a good achievement on me right there. I've been swearing quite a lot lately, so I do apologize about that. I'm trying to keep it on the down low. There we are. It's still alright every now and then, but we don't want to overdo it. Right. I need to actually put a sign up saying don't swear as much. Because I usually, by the end of maybe a long recording or something like that, I just start to forget about the whole thing. So there we go. I try to encourage it as best as I can. Okay, some people have, look, some people have to watch this and they got kids in the house, that kind of thing. Got to be respectful, okay? They got to watch, I mean, you know, I don't have to, I mean, they don't have to watch it, I understand that. But I mean, they might want to watch it. Well, can't decline them because they have a kid around. They might want to listen, okay? They might want to have the kid learn about timber and stone. Cool games going on right now, even though I was talking about the Halos. You know, we don't want to have them playing that game, no. Okay, very bad game. There's like Freddy's in there. Okay. Also, new conversation and new topic right now. So, I don't understand the whole idea, the whole hype behind, well, I mean, I didn't really watch it all, so I feel like I'm coming from an uneducated standpoint right here. So, Five Nights at Freddy's. I haven't played it. I don't really intend to ever play it. Mostly because I just don't really want to play it. Not necessarily out of being scared or anything. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not, like, completely fearless, manly man. Not that kind of thing, okay? No, I can still get scared, okay? But I watched a video of it. I watched a few videos of it just to see if I can get rid of any sort of unnecessary, hateful bias that I may have towards it simply because it's, you know, the craze horror game. I usually get that. I try to work around it, try to be objective. All it is, to me, is just a loud noise, all of a sudden, scare simulator, that kind of thing. It's just there. It feels forced, you know, that kind of thing. There's no real tension. There's no build-up or anything like that. It's just going to, at a random point, or at least at a point where you trigger a particular situation, just show you a very creepy-looking face very quickly. And it's not the face that gets me, okay? The face isn't what gets me. It's the loud, bloody noise that comes out of nowhere. It's the same with every single horror game. It annoys the hell out of me. It's not necessarily that you get scared. You jump because you're scared, you know? It's not that at all. It's the fact that you jump because you're just distorted because all of a sudden your ears have popped. It's unnecessary. I don't feel like it's a good way of scaring people. It's a good way to make them jump. But that doesn't mean you're scared. That kind of thing. I feel like I wasn't scared, alright? I feel like I'm doing that now. That's fantastic. But that was my little overview. Okay, I didn't go too far with it because I got a bit bored after a while. But that was my thing, okay? I'm not sure if anyone else shares the same perspective or if they have an outside view of what I'm talking about right now. That's my view, okay? That's my opinion, okay? Do with it as you will. Okay, scream at me, shout at me, Freddy me as much as you want. I'm getting very hungry, actually. Thinking about them, I could do with a very particular brand of cereal right now. Could I really? No, I've come back from it now. I don't really want those anymore. They're not great. They're good for, like... I realised what I just did there. Oh, that was unintentional. That was fantastic. Anyway. Right. Let's continue onwards from that bomb. I would say bomb, but that absolutely fantastic... what would you say? What would that be that I just did there? Would it be... It'd be like a kind of riff. Not necessarily a riff, but a subconscious joke. I would say that's what it was. It was a subconscious joke. You know, I had it, but I didn't really process it. I just said it, and then it happened. And then I realized what I just said. It was beautiful. It came up very well. That or the marketing is just very good. But anyway, that is besides the point. Another spider just got spotted, I think. I think I was about to correct myself, saying the correct thing to something that was wrong. Because I was about to say thinked. No, I mean I thinked. I was like, what? Where am I going with this? It's already been like 45 minutes nearly now. Oh my god. Right. And this is all we've done. This is it. I say this is it. That's quite a lot. It'll look good after a little while. It looks like it has been undug. Like some sort of weird tomb or something like that. It's fine. We'll be able to sort of make it go back a little bit further, and then I'll probably flatten this bit out completely. I don't mind doing that here, but these bits, I think I'd rather just sort of block it off by one block and then have the roads go around it, and cool things will start happening after that. Here, I feel like putting a house, though. That might be a good idea. Then we can have like some cool alleyways at the back right here. Might look quite nice. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now, we need to go ahead and have our flooring put in. So if we go to our flooring right here, we're just going to go with the traditional... What do we do right here? What have we done anyway? So right here, we've done the timbered planks. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad flooring to really go for. Then again, I feel like timbered floor would be better. What about tiles? I'll tell you what, tiles would look very nice. So we're going to stick with those. Or... we could try and morph it around a little bit. We can go from tiles. Actually, we should see what's more expensive. 2, 2, and 2. Okay, so they're all the same anyway. This is probably going to take out a larger chunk of our wood. So we could go with the tiles right here in the middle. Like this. And then every other area has a different kind of wood, maybe? How would that look? Because I feel like it would help to transition the sort of little attachments of the building that we have right here to the actual center. Would that actually make sense, or would it work? I don't think it would. Tell you what, we'll just continue with... I don't think it would, because we're using wood as a material. Anyway, we'll keep going right now. My subconscious is doing me wonders today. There we are. Hopefully it's not viciously... yeah, sure. Anyway, I was about to swear then. My bad. I censored myself at the appropriate time. Let's continue onwards. So we're not really cutting down any more wood. Fieri's corpse right there is just rotting away. There's a few maggots on it. We'll ignore that for now. We need to gather some more wood, cut down some more trees, because we are running out of logs quite quickly. I'd say we got a decent amount of wood, but probably not enough to finish off the build. Then again, I usually do overestimate how much we actually need. We have a few trees right here in our sort of orchard that we have right here. I know it's not called an orchard. I keep saying orchard because I believe, anyway, from what I've seen, an orchard is a fruit pasture, I suppose. It's where you plant the trees that give you fruit, you know, that kind of thing. That's what an orchard is. But I have no idea what a sort of the plantation of trees is called, like, other than just our plantation right here. I guess I'll just call it plantation. That's good. I can deal with that. We don't have any builders right now. We don't really need to use our miners anymore, other than chop up this little piece of rock right here, which I guess we'll go ahead and do right now. But we are just going to turn most of our builders into miners, and we'll have to get rid of all this, I suppose, altogether. So we'll just go ahead and do that. There we are, and then we can replace them later on. So we'll build all that, we'll mine through all that. Now we'll go to our builder tool right here, and we'll turn everyone that we can into a builder. Well, not everyone, but most of the people that are miners or stonemasons into builders. I say this is already a decent number of builders anyway, but it's quite a large building. So I'd say that's a decent amount of miners to keep. I did forget about the fact that I was trying to keep some miners, so that's all good. We'll make sure they're walking along right there. They're walking on sunshine. Oh, something. Anyway, now we do have... This is the first layer, right? Yeah, this is something we need to remember right here. We need to also get the paved stone grey sorted out. So we'll go ahead to our flooring. Not cobblestone. We haven't used cobblestone yet. We might want to get around to doing that. It looks like it's a cool block type that we probably could do some cool things with. Then we go down by one layer, and then we got the paved stone right here. Paved stone grey. I did think about using the paved stone brown for alleyways and cool stuff like that, but I've sort of decided against that now. Mostly because the transition between pavestone grey and pavestone brown is so sudden that it doesn't look right. So I'm just going to stick with the grey. I might regret this later on. I'm going to grey this later on. No, that didn't make any sense at all. Anyway, we'll put the first layer in here for the time being. If we want to go up or down with it, we can. We could just build over it. Then we'll go all the way across here. And then we can go down. There we go. Fantastic. We can use this in a second. So we'll just go to our, not our walls, roofing. I'm going to use the ceramic roofing. Some people have protested against doing this kind of thing. I just realized I need to mine this up. Yeah, some people have protested to using... Wait, where am I right now? To using the roofing as stairs. I feel like you've got a point. You know, you've got a point. Yeah, it looks a little bit weird. But at the same time, are you saying that our town shouldn't be wheelchair accessible? Is that what you're saying right now? Because you are horrible for assuming that. Or at least, you know, mentioning something of such horribleness. Horribleness is the word I used there. How the hell are we going to get in here? We're going to have to sort of mine up a hole right here so they can at least get in later on. So we'll just mine up here. We just need to get rid of one of them. Like, we make sure they go over there. Where are our builders anyway? They don't really want to do anything. We'll mine that up. It's going to take a long time, apparently. And then they could just go in from here and start planting all of the flooring down, which should be great for us. Or they should really be getting the pavestone grey done right now. I'm not too sure what's taking them so long. Maybe tools are an issue? We can move them all and see what happens. That bit's been mined out now, so it looks like all the builders are trying to get out and get in at the same time. Let's see if Nelria can escape. He was so lazy that he just ended up sleeping, and everyone forgot about him. And now he's just sort of underneath in the concrete, just slowly getting, well, just sort of solidifying. And it's actually quite grim, to be honest, because now he's suffocating as well. Actually, he escaped a little while ago, but I just wanted to see how many people would sort of go along with it. I'm not sure what I'm talking about right now. Beautiful. I hate it when I do that. Absolutely hate it. Not ate it. Hate it. I don't know why I hate it so much. It's just an unnecessary noise to associate with pleasure of one's beverage. Probably a few other things as well, but for me, it's of one's beverage. Now, Doorways are a good thing, actually. I mean, doorways are great. Okay, they help out quite a lot, I've found. But where do we put them? Where do we put our doorways? Where will they matter? I'm not just sure if I'm trying to sort of sound like some sort of weird professor right there. I just got a flashback to Professor Quizno, in fact. That was a reference from... I would say reference, but that was a character that was made up in one episode of Timber and Stone Ladders Late Season 2. It's like midway through the season, or at least after we migrated all of our guys from... all of our migrants from one side of the river to the other. Oh, back in the days. Oh, I remember now when the game looked subpar in comparison. Although it did look quite quaint. I mean, the graphic style at first did lure me into the game, although I feel like I've been spoiled with what we've currently got, which is quite pretty looking. Oh, is that a new guy? A new person? I keep saying new guy. More. No. You are not new. You're one of the oldies. We've only got 15 logs right now. I've never been that low. Well, I mean, I have been at the start of the game, but I've not been lower than that for quite some time. For some reason, our gates are gone. Why the hell? I guess they got destroyed. Why would they go for the gates specifically, but then be like, fuck the fences? I mean, you'd sort of come up with the idea of like, oh, you want to destroy the gate, because what's the point of destroying the fences now when they can go through this little hole right here? That's a good point, but what's the point of destroying 4 gates that goes into the same area? Okay, they're just there for aesthetics. They weren't there practically. Come on now. All this banging right now is fantastic. This looks like a very nice, very cozy looking floor. I quite like it. This is just going to be for the first layer. Everything else is going to be made out of the... probably a mix of the timbered floor with the timbered planks. We'll see what happens. I feel like we will need to have some sort of outside layer for everything else. We'll see. Like I said, what will happen. So, doorways wise... sister, we're gonna have one of them right here or there. I quite like the idea of them being random, but we have to have one that goes out to the town square right here. Now this is going to be quite strange because I'm gonna have to put one sort of roundabout right here. Let's see, can we have any like any windows? Yeah, we can have one right there. I just pointed, like physically pointed at the screen right there. That was so pointless. We can have a window right there, or right here. There we go, we can get that sorted out. So have a doorway right there. The only problem we have is this stone. Now, I did say we wanted to replace it with pale brick or some sort of other block other than natural stone. Something that's unnatural, that's been sort of refined and created, added as a sort of attachment, or at least a part of the tavern. We'll see what happens. This wasn't really part of the original design, but it's something that we got to work around. It doesn't change anything from the original design anyway. Yeah, also, something else that's different from the original design is this pathway wasn't here before, but now it is. I need to zoom out. I'm not sure how loud the background noise is in comparison to my microphone. I mean, I do, and it sounded good in testing, and I test it every single time. But I'm just a bit... Oh, it's that word again. The word from... Well, I was going to say the previous episode, which makes sense. I think it was from the previous episode, because this should be episode 2 or something right about now. I feel like I'm breaking a wall right there. This is good. What? Okay, we're running out of time very quickly, apparently. I'm getting distracted. All this talking is very bad. Good at the same time, but bad. There we are. Of course, I can never really come up with topics off the top of my head. It just sort of happens. They'll just come out of nowhere, and then one tangent will lead to the other tangent, and eventually we'll be in limbo. It's pretty good, actually. Very fun game to play, especially when you're just drunk. Great, yeah. Teaching the kids. I was thinking about putting a doorway right here, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't really see it being a thing we can even do without it just being awkward. Because it would have to be here, and this doesn't make any sense. Or 4 across doesn't make any sense. It would have to be 3 across, which makes sense. Well, yeah, we can have it right here, and then we can have a stairway. Oh, no, we can't do it right here anyway, because we need to keep it 1 block away from the corners, so that we can have actual way... so we can actually have a border around the doorway. Around, apparently. I haven't got a lisp, but I feel like I'm starting to create one. We can still have a stairway going up to the 2nd floor from here, so I think we're good having a walkway right there. The only problem with it is it's just... in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't make sense. And you feel like if it's going to be right here, that it should be going one across. Well, not there, but it should. You feel like the person had the idea of making it so it was central, but didn't actually put this in the right way. Even though it's meant to be this way, it's awkward, okay? We're going to mix with odd numbers and even numbers. So we're just going to have to put a doorway right there. Actually, no, we'll put it on the other side. If we're going to put it anywhere, it should be right here. I don't mind a doorway going right there. So we've got a doorway here, a doorway right there, and a doorway right... Oh, you know what? Doorway right here would make more sense. That's a nice spot. I feel good looking at that, okay? I feel like it's a part of me right now. Not sure why it's a part of me, but it is. We need to get rid of this stone here as well. Just change it into another material. Same with this point underneath. We'll do that in a second. So a doorway right there is quite nice. I feel like we should stick with that. And then... doorway right here, perhaps? Yeah, I feel like that would look quite nice, having a door right here. Because you can sort of see it going down the level. Like, you're walking across right here. You can see a doorway, and you're like, oh, that looks quite quaint. Is it the back door or the front door? Let's just go and loiter it. Fuck it. That kind of... Oh, I swore again. My bad. My eyes wide. I was like, oh, no. Ooh. Ooh, I'm pushing buttons right now. This is fantastic. Let's go to the Umber brick. The thing is, people wouldn't really pay much attention to it, but now that, well, pretty much now that I speak about it, or at least talk about the fact that I shouldn't be doing it, people are now noticing. At least that's the psychology of the situation. Oh. Fantastic. That fire pit still looks like a mouth. Demon mouth, though. Fantastic. Right, let's go with the... What do we have right here? Our corners should be made out of the timbered brick. Do we want the corners to be made out of umber brick? This is something that's very important. Okay. Now remember, we got to make it look a little bit different. And I feel like having our corners made out of umber brick is that difference that we need. So I think we do that, yeah. Umber brick corners. I'm sort of rooting for that right now. It will look really weird transitioning into the middle, but you tell you what, we'll do it on this one side and then see what it looks like. So umber brick, we'll do it on the corners. We're going to go... It looks like it's 5 blocks high. I feel like that's too high, though. 3 blocks should be good enough. Yeah, I feel like 3 blocks is fine. There we are. These corners don't necessarily need to have anything in it, but oh well. I will stick with that for now, I suppose. Looks like they were already carrying umber brick, which is nice to see. So we've got these nice little sort of pylons being set up right here. And then we can, instead of going with the umber brick, we just go with the full timber, which I like the idea of. I think it makes a little bit of sense. Then again, full timber's pretty good. We've got full timber or timbered brick. I meant to say timbered brick looks pretty good. It just seems to make sense, really. Because it's still roughly the same thing, but it's more stable. And it's probably going to resist a drunken bar fight a little bit more easily than the timbered brick. So I think we're just going to do this. We'll do it all along here and then just see what it looks like. We'll make sure to get rid of this part as well. And that it's 4 blocks high or 3 blocks high. But it should be once we get the flooring done right here. We're going to just do timber tiles right here because it makes sense. Timber tiles. We'll get rid of this as well. We'll make like a walkway or something like that to get up here. And let's see. Flooring. Actually, do you want to make it timbered tiles or timbered floor? Timbered floor, in fact. Yeah, I like the idea of the connections being separated where the doorways are. Alright, so let's see what this looks like. Will it look good? Will it look bad? I'm starting to like it. It looks pretty nice right now. I think the issue we're going to have is windows. Yeah, windows are going to be quite strange because we can't really have them right here. Like, windows would have to be like this. And how strange is that really going to look? Now, do we want them to be a bit closer? I feel like that's going to look rather weird, but we're about to find that out. Everyone seems to be quite stuck right now. That makes sense because we didn't really plan this very well, being that we need to get the scaffolding done. So we just go up like this. Up like this. I mean, we're going to go out by 1 block anyway, which... I mean, it's kind of annoying, but we'll be able to set up new scaffolding for that anyway. Let's see, we've got items around here, so we're all good right now. Actually, we don't have any items around here. We're still chopping this up, I might add. We need to pay a little bit more attention to that. It looks a little bit more... It looks a lot nicer, though. Looks like it's a bit more of a part of the world, or at least this bit of rock feels like it was a little bit more of an eyesore. Now it's gone. Feels a lot cleaner being here. The back part still looks a little bit strange, but that's because the building's not completed. Right, as for windows, we can't really tell what this looks like from here. It's alright.